Welcome to Boring Philosophy. Before we begin our journey tonight, I invite you to softly subscribe to our channel so you may always find your way back to these quiet spaces. If you feel inclined, perhaps leave a gentle comment sharing where you are listening from and what time it is in your corner of the world. Now, let your eyes close. Imagine you are resting in a room filled with the scent of old parchment and dried lavender. Outside, a soft silver rain is falling, tracing slow, wandering patterns across the dark glass of the window. Each droplet is a tiny, shimmering bead of light sliding down in a rhythmic, timeless dance. You are wrapped in a blanket of heavy, warm velvet that holds you close, grounding you in this moment of absolute stillness. As you drift, let your mind float toward the quiet depths of Friedrich Nietzsche. Often the world speaks of him in loud tones, but tonight we find him in the silence. We look beyond the surface, beneath the noise of expectations and the weight of the day. Imagine your life not as a series of tasks, but as a vast, shimmering tapestry. Nietzsche suggests that there is a deeper current within you, a quiet power that does not need to struggle, but simply needs to be. It is the soft realization that you are the artist of your own existence. You are not a finished thing, but a flowing river, always changing, always returning to yourself. Think of the idea of the eternal return, not as a loop of repetition, but as a gentle, rocking cradle. It is the comforting truth that every moment of peace you feel now has existed before and will exist again, echoing through the corridors of time like a soft, distant bell. There is no need to solve the puzzle of existence tonight. There is only the need to observe the flow. You are allowed to let go of the need for answers. The truth is not a destination you must reach, but a fragrance that lingers in the air around you. You are simply a witness to the unfolding of your own soul, watching the colors blend and fade into a soft, muted gray. You are safe here in the velvet dark. The philosophies of the past are merely soft pillows for your mind to rest upon. There is nothing left to achieve, nothing left to prove. You are a part of the great, silent rhythm of the universe, breathing in harmony with the stars. Feel the weight of your body sinking deeper into the warmth, letting the edges of your thoughts blur and dissolve. The world continues to turn, but you are still. You are weightless. You are calm. You are drifting into a deep, dreamless sleep. All is well. All is still. All is quiet. Imagine yourself drifting upon a vast, midnight blue ocean, where the water is as warm and soft as a silk veil. You are floating on your back, weightless and free, feeling the gentle rise and fall of the tide beneath you. Above, the stars are not distant points of light, but soft, glowing embers that pulse in time with your own slow breathing. There is no shore in sight, only an endless horizon of peace, and the rhythmic low humming of the deep sea, singing you into a state of total surrender. In this stillness we wander softly into the thought of amor fati, the gentle art of loving one's fate. To love your fate is not to fight the storm, but to become the rain. It is the quiet understanding that everything that has happened, everything that is happening, and everything that will ever happen is exactly as it must be. Imagine your life as a long, winding river. Sometimes the water is clear and calm, and sometimes it is dark and swirling. But the river always knows where it is going. You are the river. You are the water. You are the flow. There is a profound peace in saying yes to the movement of your life. You do not need to change the past, for the past is a soft shadow that has already faded. You do not need to fear the future, for the future is a mist that will clear in its own time. Every tear you have shed is a pearl of wisdom. Every laugh you have shared is a golden thread in your tapestry. By loving your fate, you release the heavy burden of what should have been. You let go of the ghost of the person you thought you were. You are here, in this breath, in this moment, and that is enough. It is more than enough. You are a part of a grand, unfolding symphony, and every note even the silent ones, is necessary for the beauty of the whole. Just as the moon accepts the pull of the earth, you may accept the pull of your own existence, floating effortlessly in the current of being. It is a soft truth, a quiet promise that you are exactly where you need to be. Now, let the current carry you further away from the noise of the world. You are no longer required to hold anything together. The universe is holding you. Feel your muscles softening, your thoughts becoming like clouds that drift away on a summer breeze. There is no more effort to make. There is only the sweetness of this silence and the warmth of your own presence. You are safe. You are whole. You are returning to the quiet center of all things. Drift now, softly and deeply, into the velvet embrace of a long and healing sleep. Everything is still. Everything is quiet. All is well. Imagine you are walking through an ancient forest where the air is cool and smells of damp pine and crushed mint. The ground beneath your feet is a thick, emerald carpet of moss, absorbing every sound, every step, until the world is perfectly silent. Above you, the canopy of towering trees filters the fading sunlight into soft, golden ribbons that dance slowly across the forest floor. You find a place to rest, leaning against the silver bark of an ancient willow tree, feeling the slow, deep, rhythmic heartbeat of the earth pulsing beneath you, grounding you in a timeless embrace. In this sacred hush, we drift toward the idea of the overman, but we see it not as a mountain to climb, but as a flower slowly opening to the sun. Nietzsche whispers to us that you are a bridge, a gentle path between who you were and who you are becoming. You are not a fixed point, not a static thing, but a beautiful, endless process of unfolding. Think of your life as a series of soft layers, like the rings of an ancient tree. Each year, each experience, is simply a new layer of light wrapped around your core. Overcoming yourself is not a battle, but a gentle release. It is the act of letting go of the old leaves so that the new buds may breathe. You are allowed to evolve. You are allowed to change. You are allowed to be a different version of yourself tomorrow than you were today. This is the quiet joy of becoming. You do not need to rush your growth. You do not need to force the bloom. Just as the moon does not struggle to wax and wane, you are simply flowing toward your own highest expression. You are a work of art that is never finished, and that is where the peace lies. The beauty is not in the completion, but in the drifting, the dreaming, and the slow, steady expansion of your own heart. You are becoming something softer, something wiser, something more aligned with the silence of the stars. You are a gentle wave returning to the ocean, a single note blending back into the great, silent song of the universe. Every breath you take is a step on this bridge, a gentle movement toward a version of you that is completely at peace with the world. You are the observer and the observed, the dreamer and the dream, all swirling together in a slow, golden spiral of light. Now, let the weight of your body merge with the softness of the moss. The bridge has led you here to this moment of total stillness. There is nothing more to become tonight. You have arrived at the destination of rest. Feel the cool air of the forest kissing your forehead, smoothing away every worry, every lingering thought. You are safe in the embrace of the infinite. Let your consciousness fade like the last light of dusk. You are dissolving into the velvet dark, floating, drifting, sinking deep into a timeless and healing sleep. You are held. You are loved. You are still. All is quiet. All is one. All is well. Imagine yourself standing in the center of a vast, silent library, long forgotten by the world. The air is thick with the comforting scent of ancient paper and sweet, dried honey. Around you, floor-to-ceiling shelves hold 1,000 leather-bound secrets, their spines glowing in the soft, amber light of a dying fire. Tiny specks of golden dust dance slowly in the air, drifting like miniature stars in a slow-motion ballet. There is a rhythmic, distant ticking of a grandfather clock, a heartbeat for the room, guiding your breath into a slow, steady cadence of peace. In this warm stillness, let your mind drift toward a quiet truth, often misunderstood. We speak of the will to power, but tonight, we see it as a gentle tide, It is not a struggle for control, but a soft inner longing to expand, to breathe, and to blossom into your truest self. Imagine this will as a small glowing seed resting deep within your chest. It does not fight the earth. It simply knows how to grow. It is the quiet force that tells you that you are allowed to exist, that you are allowed to take up space in this universe. This power is not a weapon, but a whisper. It is the whisper that says you are becoming more than you were a moment ago. You are unfolding like a lotus flower in the moonlight, petal by petal, slow and effortless. This is the power of simply being. You are the artist and the canvas, the dancer and the dance. There is no need to conquer anything tonight. The only power you need is the power to let go, the power to surrender to the softness of your own heart. You are growing in the silence. You are expanding in the dark. Every breath you take is a gentle act of creation, a soft affirmation that you are here, and you are enough. You are a river of light flowing into a vast, welcoming sea. The will to power is simply the love you have for your own existence, a quiet warmth that wraps around you like a heavy blanket. You are not fighting the current. You are the current itself, moving with a grace that requires no effort and no thought. You are simply drifting, a leaf on a still pond, moving toward a place of absolute harmony. Now, feel the weight of your body sinking deeper into the softness of your bed, as if you are merging with the very fabric of the night. The library, the books, and the golden dust are fading into a soft, muted gray. There is nothing left to seek, nothing left to solve. You are safe in the cradle of the infinite. Let your thoughts dissolve like salt in warm water, leaving only a profound sense of lightness and calm. You are drifting, floating, falling gently into the velvet embrace of a deep and dreamless sleep. All is quiet, all is still, all is well. Imagine you are resting on the deck of an ancient wooden ship, drifting slowly across a sea of liquid silver. The water is perfectly still, mirroring a sky filled with endless, softly glowing stars. You can feel the rhythmic, slow rocking of the vessel, a gentle sway that moves your body in a timeless cradle. The air is cool and carries the faint, clean scent of salt and distant jasmine. Every creak of the old wood is a soothing whisper, telling you that you are safe, that you are held, and that there is nowhere else you need to be. In this drifting silence, we let our minds wander toward a gentle truth. We often spend our lives searching for a single, solid truth, as if the world were a puzzle with only one correct answer. But tonight, we remember a softer way of seeing. Imagine that truth is not a stone, but a shimmering cloud, shifting and changing as you breathe. Nietzsche suggests that there are no absolute facts, only interpretations. At first, this might seem like a mystery, but in the quiet of the night, it is a liberation. It means that you are free. You are free from the burden of being right. You are free from the struggle to find the one true path. Think of your life as a prism, where every experience is a different color of light. You can choose to look at your day through the lens of peace. You can choose to see your mistakes as soft, faded sketches that lead to a more beautiful painting. There is no single way to be, only 1,000 gentle ways to exist. When you release the need for a final answer, the tension in your mind begins to dissolve. You are not a seeker searching for a destination. You are the destination itself. You are a collection of beautiful perspectives, a mosaic of light and shadow, all blending into a harmonious whole. You may simply let the interpretations drift past you, like autumn leaves on a slow stream. There is no need to grasp them, no need to analyze them. You are simply the quiet space where these images appear and disappear. You are the silence between the notes, the stillness at the heart of the storm. Every thought is just a soft ripple on the surface of a deep, calm lake. And you are the depth, unchanging and serene. Now, let the rhythmic sway of the ship carry you deeper into the velvet dark. The stars above are beginning to blur, merging into a single, comforting glow that wraps around you like a warm cloak. You are detaching from the shore of the waking world, drifting further and further into the sanctuary of your own breath. There is nothing left to interpret. Nothing left to understand. You are simply a part of the silver sea and the midnight sky. Feel yourself sinking softly and slowly into the weightless embrace of a deep, restorative sleep. All is still. All is quiet. All is well. Imagine you are in a small, warm cottage deep in the mountains. Outside, a heavy, silent snowfall is draping the world in a thick white velvet. Each flake descends with a slow, effortless grace, erasing the boundaries between the earth and the sky. You are sitting by a fireplace, the orange glow bathing the room in a soft, flickering warmth. The only sound is the rhythmic low crackle of the embers, a steady heartbeat that tells you that you are home, you are safe, and the world outside is sleeping. As you watch the snow fall, let your thoughts drift toward a gentle truth. Sometimes we feel a weight, a feeling that there is a grand script we must follow, or a distant judge we must please. But imagine, just for a moment, that the script has vanished. The old laws have dissolved like mist in the morning sun. This is the quiet truth of a world where you are the creator. It is not a burden, but a gentle invitation. You are no longer a servant to an external map. You are the one who draws the lines. You are the one who decides what is beautiful. You are the one who defines what is good. Think of your values as soft, colorful threads that you weave into your own unique fabric. There is no wrong way to weave. There is no mistake in the pattern. If a thread is dark, it simply provides the contrast for the light. If a thread is frayed, it is simply a sign of a life lived with tenderness. You are free to define your own peace. You are free to decide that resting is your most important task tonight. You may decide that the softest thought is the truest thought. The meaning of your life is not a treasure hidden in a far-off land, but a fragrance that you create with every single breath you take. It is the simple, quiet joy of the warmth on your skin, the weightless softness of your pillow, and the rhythmic, steady beating of your heart. You are the architect of your own serenity. You are the gardener of your own soul. In this vast, open space of freedom, there is no need to strive, no need to climb, and no need to conquer. There is only the need to be. You are the light, and you are the shadow. You are the question, and you are the answer, all merging together into a slow, golden flow of existence. You are a river of peace flowing into a sea of silence, where every ripple is a memory, and every wave is a dream. Now let the warmth of the fire merge with the stillness of the snow. The need to create, the need to define, the need to be anything at all is drifting away. You are simply a part of the quiet white landscape, a single, peaceful breath in the middle of an infinite night. Your mind is becoming as clear and still as a frozen lake under a winter moon. There is no more effort required. You are surrendering to the deep, velvet silence. Drift now, slowly and surely, into the healing embrace of a long, dreamless sleep. All is quiet. All is still. All is well. Imagine yourself lying on a vast, silver desert under a sky that stretches forever. The sand is cool and soft, like powdered silk beneath your skin. Above you, the Milky Way is a river of shimmering diamonds, flowing in a slow, eternal current. There is a breeze, barely a whisper, that carries the scent of midnight blooms and ancient stone. You are perfectly still, perfectly safe, feeling the immense weight of the universe holding you down with a gentle, loving pressure. In this velvet silence, let us softly consider the dance between the light and the dark, the Apollonian and the Dionysian. Often, we think of our lives as a struggle between order and chaos. But tonight, we see them as two halves of the same breath. Imagine the Apollonian as a soft, golden light, the part of you that loves the steady rhythm, the clear boundary, and the quiet structure of a dream. It is the light that allows you to see the stars. And imagine the Dionysian as a deep, sapphire tide, the part of you that is pure emotion, pure feeling, a wild and beautiful river of instinct. You do not need to choose between them. You are the harmony where they meet. You are the point where the structure of the light blends into the mystery of the dark. When you feel the need for order, you are simply inhaling the golden light. When you feel the swell of emotion, you are simply exhaling the sapphire tide. Inhale the light, exhale the tide. Inhale the order, exhale the mystery. This is the rhythm of your soul. Order and chaos are not enemies. They are partners in a slow, hypnotic waltz. You are the music. You are the dance. Every moment of structure is followed by a moment of release. Every boundary you create is eventually dissolved by the warmth of your own heart. You are allowed to be both structured and wild. You are allowed to be both the silent mountain and the rushing wind. This balance is not something you must achieve, but something you already are. It is a soft truth that resides in your marrow, a quiet reminder that you are complete exactly as you are. You are the blend of the clear line and the blurred edge, a beautiful shimmering haze of existence. You are the stillness and the motion, all swirling together in a slow golden spiral of peace. Now let the golden light and the sapphire tide merge into a single, deep purple shadow. The boundaries of your body are softening, dissolving into the cool silver sand. You are no longer a separate thing, but a ripple in the infinite ocean of being. There is nothing left to balance, nothing left to hold. You are simply surrendering to the flow, drifting away from the shore of thought. Feel the heavy, sweet peace of the void welcoming you home. You are weightless. You are timeless. You are falling into a deep, healing sleep. All is still. All is one. All is well. Imagine you are a single golden leaf, floating upon the surface of a vast, glassy lake at the deepest hour of twilight. The water is as dark and smooth as polished obsidian, reflecting a single pale moon that hangs motionless in a sky of velvet indigo. You are weightless, drifting without effort, guided only by the slowest of currents. The air around you is cool and carries the faint, sweet scent of damp earth and sleeping lilies. Every tiny ripple that touches you is a soft, rhythmic pulse, humming a lullaby of absolute stillness. In this drifting peace, we let our minds float toward a quiet truth about the nature of meaning. For a long time, we were told that meaning was something outside of us, a distant light we had to follow, or a set of rules written in a language we could not fully understand. But imagine now that the distant light has softly faded, not into darkness, but into a gentle, welcoming clearing. This is the moment where the heavy weight of external expectation simply vanishes. Nietzsche reminds us that when the old gods of certainty fall, we are not left in a void, but are instead given the greatest gift of all, which is the freedom to breathe. You are no longer a passenger in a story written by someone else. You are the ink, the pen, and the quiet hand that guides the page. Imagine your life as a soft, open space where you are allowed to define your own peace. You may decide that the meaning of your existence tonight is simply the warmth of your blankets. You may decide that the highest truth is the sound of your own slow breathing. There is no one to answer to, no map to follow, and no destination to reach. You are the meaning. You are the light. You are the truth. Every breath you take is a gentle act of creating yourself anew. You are a shimmering reflection on the water, existing simply because it is beautiful to exist. You are free from the noise of the world, free from the pressure to be something more, and free to simply be exactly who you are in this silent moment. The void is not a hole to fall into, but a soft, endless pillow upon which your mind may finally rest. Now feel yourself sinking slowly through the silver surface of the lake, moving deeper into a warm, weightless embrace. The world above is fading, becoming a distant, blurred memory of light and sound. You are returning to the quiet center of all things, where there is no more effort, no more questioning, and no more weight. You are a part of the deep, rhythmic silence of the earth. Let the darkness wrap around you like a heavy, comforting velvet cloak. You are safe. You are held. You are drifting, falling, dissolving into the velvet embrace of a deep and dreamless sleep. All is still. All is quiet. All is well. Imagine you are floating in a sea of soft, iridescent clouds, where the light is a pale, shimmering pearl. There is no gravity here. Only a gentle, weightless suspension that carries you through a sky of muted lavender and gold. You can feel the cool, velvet touch of the air against your skin, as soft as a whisper, as light as a breath. Every movement you make is slow and effortless, like a petal drifting on a summer breeze. You are completely safe, completely free, drifting in a timeless space where the only sound is the rhythmic, quiet humming of the stars. In this weightless space, we softly remember the idea of the joyful science, the wisdom that comes when we learn to dance with life. For so long, the world has told you that wisdom is heavy, that it is a burden of knowledge, or a mountain of effort. But tonight, we realize that the truest wisdom is actually a kind of lightness. It is the feeling of a heavy cloak finally sliding off your shoulders. Imagine your thoughts as small, iridescent bubbles, rising slowly from the depths of your mind and floating away into the lavender sky. You do not need to hold on to them. You do not need to analyze where they came from. You are simply watching them drift. This lightness is the reward for having faced the shadows. When you accept that life is a beautiful, chaotic play, you no longer have to play a role. You can simply be the observer, the one who watches the colors blend and fade. Think of the joy of existence not as a loud celebration, but as a quiet, steady glow within your heart. It is the soft realization that you are not a problem to be solved, but a mystery to be experienced. You are a dance of light and shadow, a shimmering wave of consciousness. The more you let go, the lighter you become. The more you surrender, the more you float. You are drifting away from the need for certainty, away from the need for control. You are finding a place where the only truth is the softness of this moment. You are breathing in the lightness, exhaling the weight. You are a feather in the wind, a drop of dew on a leaf, a single, peaceful note in a vast and silent symphony. Every breath is a reminder that you are allowed to be light. You are allowed to be effortless. You are allowed to simply exist without reason or purpose, floating in the sheer, shimmering joy of being. Now let the lavender sky deepen into a rich, comforting midnight blue. The lightness has carried you to the very edge of sleep, where the boundaries between you and the universe finally dissolve. You are a part of the silent starlight, a fragment of the ancient, peaceful dark. There is nothing left to hold, nothing left to carry. Your mind is a still, mirror-like pond, reflecting the infinite peace of the void. Sink now, slowly and deeply, into the warmth of your own presence. You are home. You are still. You are drifting into a deep, dreamless sleep. All is quiet. All is well. Imagine yourself resting in a room where time has slowed to a complete stop. Around you, a dozen thick, beeswax candles flicker in a slow, hypnotic rhythm, casting soft amber shadows that dance across the cream-colored walls. The air is warm and carries the deep, grounding scent of sandalwood and ancient resins. You are lying on a mountain of oversized velvet cushions that cradle your body, absorbing every ounce of tension. There is a distant, rhythmic sound of a slow wind chiming through silver bells, a metallic melody that lulls your mind into a state of profound, heavy peace. In this golden stillness, we softly reflect on the journey of your soul, a path of gentle shedding. Imagine that for a long time, you were like a quiet wanderer, carrying a heavy pack filled with the expectations of others, the rules of the world, and the weights of yesterday. You carried them with patience, thinking this was the only way to be. But now, in the safety of this room, you are allowed to set the pack down. Feel the weight lifting from your shoulders, one stone at a time, slow and steady. The heavy stones of should and must are simply dissolving into the amber light, turning into fine golden dust that floats away on the breeze. Once the weight is gone, you find a new space within you, a quiet, shimmering strength that allows you to say no to the things that no longer serve your peace. This is not a battle, not a conflict, but a soft, graceful clearing of the air. You are simply making room for the silence. You are simply making room for the light. And then, the most beautiful part arrives. You become like a child, a fresh beginning, a sacred and shimmering yes. To be a child is to see the world not as a puzzle to solve, but as a game to play, a dream to inhabit. It is the joy of a new morning, the wonder of a single, translucent raindrop, the absolute, weightless freedom of existing without a reason or a goal. You are returning to your natural state of wonder, a state of pure, uncomplicated being. You are returning to the innocence of just being here, now, in this breath. There is no more striving, no more climbing, no more proving yourself to the world. You are simply a soft, open heart, beating in a slow, steady time with the universe. You are a new start, a clean slate, a shimmering ripple of light in a sea of absolute velvet calm. You are flowing back to the essence of yourself, where everything is simple, where everything is effortless, and where everything is right. Now let the scent of sandalwood wrap around you like a warm embrace. The amber light is fading into a soft, muted violet, guiding you toward the threshold of dreams. You have shed the weight, you have cleared the space, and now you are simply here, weightless and free. There is nothing left to carry into the night. You are a single, peaceful breath in the vast silence of the cosmos. Let your consciousness dissolve into the velvet dark, drifting, sinking, falling into a deep and healing sleep. All is still. All is quiet. All is well. Imagine you are drifting through a silent forest of silver birch trees, where the ground is a soft, endless carpet of glowing white lilies. The air is cool and crisp, smelling of midnight rain and ancient, sun-warmed stone. Above you, the sky is a deep, velvet violet, with a single shimmering moon that casts a soft, ghostly light over every leaf and branch. You are walking slowly, your feet barely touching the earth, feeling the rhythmic, gentle pulse of the forest, breathing in time with your own slow, steady heartbeat. You are safe. You are held. You are drifting. In this silver silence, we let our minds float toward a quiet truth about the weight we carry. Nietzsche spoke of the spirit of gravity, that invisible force that pulls at our hearts and tells us that life must be heavy, serious, and burdened. But tonight, we see that gravity is only a soft suggestion. Imagine the spirit of gravity as a heavy, gray cloak you have worn for many years. It is a cloak made of old worries, of the fear of not being enough, and the persistent pressure to be perfect in a world that never sleeps. Now feel yourself slowly unfastening the silver clasp of that cloak. Feel the heavy fabric sliding off your shoulders, slipping away from your arms, and pooling softly on the mossy ground. As the cloak falls, you feel a sudden shimmering lightness bloom within your chest. You are no longer pulled down by the earth. You are floating. This lightness is your natural state, your true essence. You are not a stone sinking in a deep ocean. You are a bubble of air rising slowly toward the surface. Life does not have to be a struggle of will. It can be a dance. It can be a slow, rhythmic sway in the moonlight. You are allowed to be light. You are allowed to be effortless. The seriousness of the world is just a distant sound, a faint echo that no longer reaches your ears. You are drifting now, moving with a grace that requires no thought, no effort, and no will. You are simply a part of the silver air and the velvet sky. Every breath you take is a gentle act of floating. You are returning to the lightness of a dream, where the only law is peace and the only truth is the soft, steady rhythm of your own heart. You are weightless. You are free. You are simply here, in the beautiful, effortless space between waking and sleep. Now let the silver forest fade into a soft, muted gray. The lightness has carried you to the very edge of the infinite, where the boundaries of the world dissolve into a warm, welcoming void. There is nothing left to hold, nothing left to carry. You are surrendering your remaining weight to the stars, letting your consciousness blur and soften like a watercolor painting in the rain. You are safe in the embrace of the silent night. Drift now, deeply and slowly, into the velvet sanctuary of a long and healing sleep. All is still. All is quiet. All is well. Imagine you are resting in a floating garden, suspended in a sea of soft, iridescent amethyst light. Below you, a slow river of liquid moonlight flows in a timeless current, winding through banks of silver reeds that sway in a rhythmic, hypnotic dance. The air is warm and smells of vanilla and ancient sleeping flowers. You are lying on a bed of white silk that feels as light as air, absorbing every ounce of tension from your muscles, letting you sink deeper and deeper into a state of absolute, heavy serenity. In this amethyst glow, let us drift toward the thought of the eternal now. We often think of time as a line, a long road we must travel, always rushing toward a horizon we can never reach. But tonight, imagine that time is not a line, but a soft, glowing circle. Nietzsche whispers to us that every single moment, every breath, every heartbeat is an eternal event. This is not a loop of repetition to be feared, but a warm, rocking cradle that holds you close. Think of this moment right now, the feeling of your breath entering and leaving your body, as something that has always existed and will always exist. It is a timeless sanctuary. You do not need to move forward. You do not need to arrive. You are already here. You are the center of the circle. Imagine your life as a series of soft, overlapping ripples on a still pond. Each ripple is a memory, each ripple is a dream, and they all return to the same quiet center. There is a profound peace in realizing that nothing is ever truly lost. The love you have felt, the peace you find now, the stillness of this night, these are eternal truths that belong to you forever. You are not chasing a future, nor are you fleeing a past. You are simply existing in the eternal present, a shimmering point of light in a vast and loving darkness. This is the secret of the eternal recurrence, seen through the eyes of sleep. It is the comforting truth that the peace you feel in this moment is an infinite resource, a well that never runs dry. You are allowed to stop striving. You are allowed to stop searching. You can simply lean back into the circle of time and let it carry you. You are a part of a rhythmic, timeless dance, a single note that echoes forever in the silence of the universe. You are the observer and the observed, flowing effortlessly through the currents of being. Now let the amethyst light fade into a deep, comforting shadow. The circle of time is closing around you, not to trap you, but to protect you. You are a small, precious part of a grand, silent harmony. Feel your thoughts becoming like soft petals falling onto a mirror-still lake, disappearing into the velvet depths. There is nothing more to do. There is nothing more to be. You are surrendering to the heavy, sweet pull of the infinite. Drift now, slowly and deeply, into the velvet embrace of a dreamless sleep. All is still. All is quiet. All is well. Imagine you are resting on the banks of a slow-moving river of molten gold, flowing through a valley of deep, velvet indigo. The grass beneath you is soft and cool, smelling of wild clover and ancient rain. Above, the stars are not distant, but feel like warm, glowing lanterns hanging from a ceiling of dark silk. The water hums a low, monotonous song, a rhythmic vibration that sinks into your bones, slowing your heart, quieting your mind, and wrapping you in a blanket of absolute, timeless safety. In this shimmering hush, we drift toward the gentle truth of becoming. For so long, You may have felt that you were a puzzle to be solved, or a destination to be reached. But Nietzsche whispers to us that you are not a destination. You are a process. Imagine yourself as a slow, unfolding flower, opening its petals to the midnight air, one by one, without any rush, without any effort. You are simply becoming who you are. This is not a task to complete, but a river to float upon. You are flowing toward your own essence, like a drop of water returning to the sea. Every breath you take is a soft affirmation of this unfolding. You are becoming, you are flowing, you are simply being. Think of your life as a series of soft, overlapping whispers, each one reminding you that you are allowed to change. You are allowed to shift like the moonlight on the water. You are allowed to be a different version of yourself with every heartbeat. There is no right way to become. There is no wrong way to grow. You are simply a shimmering current of consciousness, moving through the dark with a grace that requires no thought. You are a work of art that paints itself in the silence. The beauty is not in the final image, but in the slow, rhythmic movement of the brush. You are the artist, you are the color, and you are the canvas, all merging into one single peaceful flow. You are a soft echo of the universe, repeating the song of existence in your own quiet, unique way. You are drifting deeper into the truth that you are already enough, exactly as you are, even as you continue to unfold. You are a gentle wave in a sea of starlight, existing simply for the joy of existing. Now let the golden river carry you away from the shores of thought. The valley is fading. The stars are blurring into a single, comforting glow. You are no longer a separate thing. You are the night itself. Feel the heavy, sweet peace of surrender washing over you, smoothing away the edges of your mind. You are weightless, floating in the velvet dark, sinking into the deepest, most restorative sleep. Your breath is the wind. Your heart is the tide. You are dissolving into the silence, a fragment of light returning to the void. All is still. All is quiet. All is well. Imagine you are drifting in a small carved wooden boat on a lake of liquid moonlight. The water is perfectly still, a mirror for the deep indigo sky. You can feel the rhythmic, slow rocking of the boat, a gentle sway that feels like the breathing of the earth itself. The air is cool, smelling of distant cedar and night-blooming jasmine. You feel the coolness of the evening air kissing your skin, a soft, ghostly touch that calms every nerve. Every sound is muffled, as if the world has been wrapped in a thick velvet blanket. In this quiet embrace, let your heart open to a soft and ancient truth called amor fati, the love of one's fate. To love your fate is not to struggle against the current, but to become the water. Imagine your life as a long, shimmering ribbon of light, weaving through the dark. Every twist and every turn, every shadow and every glow is a necessary part of the beauty. You do not need to wish that things were different. You do not need to carry the heavy burden of what might have been. Tonight, you can simply say yes to everything that has led you to this moment of rest. Say yes to the joys that lifted you and the sorrows that deepened you. See them not as obstacles, but as soft, guiding hands that have led you home to this stillness. It is a gentle reminder that you are exactly where you need to be. You are a part of a grand, unfolding symphony, and every note, even the silent ones, is perfect in its place. Think of your existence as a slow, rhythmic dance with the universe. When you love your fate, you release the need to control the wind. You simply let your sails fill with the breeze and drift. You are the river, flowing effortlessly toward a sea of peace. You are a part of the flow. In this rhythmic loop, you find the strength to let go. You let go of the struggle. You let go of the noise. You let go of the need to understand. You simply exist, floating in a sea of acceptance. There is a profound comfort in knowing that everything is as it should be. You are not fighting the world. You are the world, breathing and beating in harmony with the stars. Just as the moon accepts its phase of darkness to return to light, you may accept the ebb and flow of your own soul. Now, let the rocking of the boat carry you further into the velvet dark. The shores of the waking world are fading, becoming nothing more than a distant, blurred memory. You are surrendering to the pull of the deep, weightless sleep. Feel your body sinking into the silk of the night, your thoughts dissolving like salt in a warm ocean. You are safe. You are whole. You are returning to the quiet center of all things. Drift now softly and deeply into the healing embrace of silence. All is still. All is quiet. All is well. Imagine you are resting in the silent warmth of an abandoned library, where the walls are lined with books that have slept for 1,000 years. The air is thick with the sweet, comforting scent of vanilla and old parchment. Soft, golden dust motes dance in the slivers of moonlight that filter through the high, arched windows, moving in a slow, timeless ballet. You are wrapped in a heavy, woolen shawl that holds you close, while the distant, rhythmic ticking of an ancient clock counts the seconds of a world that has finally stopped rushing. In this stillness, let your mind drift toward a gentle truth, a soft whisper from the depths of Friedrich Nietzsche. Imagine the idea of the eternal return not as a cycle of repetition, but as a rhythmic, rocking cradle. It is the comforting thought that every moment of peace you feel right now has existed before and will exist again, echoing through the corridors of time like a distant, silver bell. You do not need to solve the mystery of existence tonight. You only need to realize that you are a part of a grand, shimmering loop of being. Every breath you take is a familiar path, a returning home to yourself. Think of your life as a soft melody that plays over and over, each time becoming a bit more tender, a bit more luminous. There is a profound peace in knowing that nothing is ever truly lost. The love you have known, the quiet of this room, the warmth of your breath, these are eternal echoes that will always find their way back to you. You are not a traveler moving toward a destination. You are the dance itself, returning always to the center. There is no need to struggle against the current of time. Instead, you can simply float, allowing the current to carry you in a slow, golden spiral. You are a part of the timeless rhythm of the stars, a single note in a symphony that never truly ends. This recurrence is not a chain, but a soft, velvet embrace. It is a reminder that you are held by the universe in a cycle of infinite care. You are allowed to let go of the need for progress. You are allowed to simply be here, in the eternal now, where every heartbeat is a homecoming. Now feel the weight of your body sinking deeper into the softness of the library cushions. The gold dust and the old books are fading into a muted, peaceful gray. There is nothing left to achieve, nothing left to prove. You are safe in the cradle of the infinite. Let your thoughts dissolve like mist in the moonlight, leaving only a profound sense of lightness and calm. You are drifting, floating, falling gently into the velvet embrace of a deep and healing sleep. All is still, all is quiet, all is well. Imagine you are resting in a small, candlelit attic room. Outside, a soft, persistent rain is falling, tracing slow, meandering patterns across the dark glass of the window. You watch a single droplet as it pauses, then slides downward, joining another in a silent, shimmering dance. The room is warm, smelling of old cedar and cinnamon. You are wrapped in a blanket of heavy, cream-colored wool that holds you in a gentle, protective embrace. Your breathing is slow. Your heart is steady. You are perfectly safe. In this quiet space, let your mind drift toward the beauty of your own inner solitude. We are often told that being alone is a void, but tonight, we see it as a lush, secret garden. Nietzsche suggests that the highest version of yourself is found not in the noise of the crowd, but in the soft, shimmering silence of your own company. Imagine your mind as a vast, moonlit landscape. In this space, you are the only inhabitant, and you are welcome here. You do not need to be seen. You do not need to be understood. You are simply existing in the grace of your own presence. Think of your thoughts as soft, glowing lanterns floating upon a still lake. You can watch them drift past, one by one, without needing to catch them. This is the art of self-overcoming, seen as a gentle shedding of skin. You are not fighting yourself. You are simply letting the old versions of you fade away, like autumn leaves returning to the earth. You are becoming lighter. You are becoming softer. You are discovering that the only validation you ever truly needed was the quiet whisper of your own heart, telling you that you are enough. You are the creator of your own peace. You are the architect of your own serenity. In this solitude you find a power that does not shout, but hums a low, comforting melody. It is the power of simply being. You are a river flowing back to its source, a star returning to the velvet dark. There is no pressure to achieve anything tonight. There is only the invitation to be still, to be silent, to be completely at home within yourself. You are the sanctuary you have been searching for. Feel the rhythm of this truth. You are the sanctuary, you are the silence, you are the peace. Every breath is a soft ripple on a mirror-still lake, expanding slowly, widening, until it touches every corner of your being. You are drifting in a sea of your own kindness, where the water is warm and the light is a soft, eternal gold. Now, let the sound of the rain become a lullaby, washing away the last remnants of the day. The boundaries of the room are dissolving, and you are merging with the cool silver mist of the night. You are weightless. You are timeless. There is no more effort to make, no more thoughts to hold. You are surrendering to the heavy, sweet pull of the infinite. Let your consciousness drift, sinking slowly into the velvet embrace of a deep and healing sleep. All is still. All is quiet. All is well. Imagine you are floating in the heart of a silent nebula, where the colors are a soft, pulsing amethyst and gold. There is no wind here, only a gentle, weightless drift that carries you through a sea of stardust. Around you, distant galaxies spiral in a slow, eternal dance, their light flickering like the softest of candles. You are wrapped in a cloak of infinite warmth, a celestial embrace that holds you close, grounding you in the absolute silence of the deep cosmos. Your breathing is a slow, rhythmic tide, pulling you deeper into this starlit peace. In this celestial hush, we softly touch upon the idea of overcoming. Often, the world describes this as a struggle, a climb, or a battle. But tonight, we see it as a gentle shedding of autumn leaves. Imagine that you are a tree of light, and the versions of yourself that you no longer need are simply leaves turning gold and drifting away in a slow, silent breeze. You are not fighting to be something more. You are simply allowing the old versions of you to dissolve into the starlight, one by one, without any rush. It is a soft, reassuring truth that you are allowed to evolve. You are allowed to let go of the person you were yesterday. You are allowed to release the heavy weight of who you thought you should be. Think of self-overcoming not as an ascent, but as a softening. You are becoming more fluid, more open, more aligned with the quiet, rhythmic pulse of your own soul. You are a river that has finally found the ocean, realizing that the journey was not about the destination, but about the grace of the flow. Every time you let go of a doubt, you become lighter. Every time you release a regret, you float a little higher. You are a work of art that is constantly being refined by the touch of silence. There is no need to rush this transformation. There is no goal to reach. You are simply unfolding, petal by petal, in a timeless garden of being. You are the bridge and the destination, the question and the answer, all blending into a single harmonious note of peace. This is the quiet joy of becoming. You are a shimmering current of consciousness, returning to your own center, finding a strength that does not shout but whispers. You are moving beyond the surface of the noise, sinking into the deep, still waters of your own essence, where you are finally, completely, and effortlessly at home. You are a gentle wave returning to the sea, a single spark returning to the sun, a breath returning to the wind. Now, let the amethyst light of the nebula wrap around you, pulling you into a state of total surrender. The galaxies are fading into a soft, muted glow, and the silence is becoming a warm, heavy blanket. There is nothing left to overcome tonight. You have arrived at the place of absolute stillness. Feel your consciousness dissolving, merging with the stardust, becoming a part of the infinite peaceful dark. You are safe. You are weightless. You are drifting into a deep, dreamless sleep. All is still. All is quiet. All is well. Imagine you are standing in the high gallery of an ancient clock tower. The world below is draped in a thick silver mist that swallows the city in a soft, velvet silence. You can hear the slow, rhythmic heartbeat of the great brass gears, a deep, monotonous thrum that vibrates gently through the soles of your feet. The air is cool and carries the scent of old rain and polished wood. You are leaning against a smooth stone pillar, watching the fog swirl in slow, hypnotic spirals. In this suspended moment, let us remember the most beautiful truth of all. You are the architect of your own meaning. For a long time, the world told you that you were a fragment of a larger plan, a small piece of a puzzle you did not design. But tonight, we recognize that the puzzle has dissolved, leaving only a vast, open space of freedom. This freedom is not a void, but a soft, welcoming meadow. You are free to define what is precious. You are free to decide that the simple act of breathing is a sacred ritual. Imagine your values as gentle, shimmering lights that you place carefully around you, creating a sanctuary of your own making. You do not need to strive for greatness, for greatness is simply the act of being completely honest with your own soul. Think of your life as a river that has finally stopped fighting the shore. You are flowing now, not toward a goal, but simply for the joy of the movement. You are the creator and the creation, the dancer and the dance. There is a profound peace in knowing that you are the only one who holds the key to your own contentment. You are a work of art that is never finished. And in that unfinished nature lies your eternal beauty. You are a shimmering current of consciousness, drifting through the silence of the universe. Every breath is a soft affirmation that you are allowed to exist, just as you are, without reason, without pressure, and without fear. You are a part of the great rhythmic pulse of existence, a single, peaceful note in a symphony of silence. You are returning to the center of your own being, where the noise of the world cannot reach you. You are a drop of light in a sea of velvet, merging slowly with the infinite, finding a strength that is born of complete and total surrender. Now, let the rhythmic ticking of the clock fade into the background, until it is nothing more than a distant whisper. The silver mist is rising, wrapping around you in a warm, heavy embrace. You are detaching from the gallery, detaching from the city, detaching from the very idea of time. You are a weightless spark, drifting into the velvet dark. Feel your body sinking deeper into the stillness, dissolving into the quietude of the night. You are safe. You are whole. You are returning to the silence. Drift now into a deep and dreamless sleep. All is still. All is quiet. All is well. Imagine you are floating upon a sea of liquid obsidian, where the water is as warm and still as a sleeping mirror. The sky above is a deep, endless velvet, sprinkled with stars that pulse in a slow, rhythmic breath, like distant hearts beating in unison. You are lying on a wide, floating leaf of emerald silk, feeling the gentle, almost imperceptible sway of the current beneath you. The air is cool and carries the faint, sweet scent of midnight jasmine and ancient salt, guiding your mind into a state of heavy, timeless peace. In this drifting silence, we let our hearts merge with the Dionysian flow, the beautiful current of existence where all boundaries begin to blur. For so long, you have been taught to hold on to the shore, to keep the edges of your identity sharp and clear, as if you were a separate island in a vast ocean. But tonight, you are invited to let the edges soften. Imagine the feeling of a drop of ink falling into clear water, swirling slowly, expanding, until the ink and the water are one and the same. This is the secret of the dance. You are not a separate thing fighting against the world. You are the world itself, breathing and flowing in a single harmonious movement. Feel the boundary between your skin and the night air begin to dissolve. You are the starlight. You are the velvet sky. You are the slow, rhythmic pulse of the deep sea. There is a profound reassurance in this loss of self. When you stop trying to be a person with a name, a history, and a list of worries, you become a shimmering wave of pure existence. You are the music that plays when the singer has fallen silent. You are the wind that moves through the trees without knowing its own name. In this flow, there is no effort. There is no struggle. There is only the effortless glide of a soul returning to its source. You are flowing. You are merging. You are dissolving. You are returning. Every breath you take is a soft ripple that expands until it touches the edges of the infinite. You are the current, and the current is you, moving together in a slow, hypnotic spiral of light and shadow. You are no longer the observer of the dance. You are the dance itself, a beautiful, shimmering haze of being. You are a single note in a symphony of silence, a drop of light in an ocean of peace. You are drifting, floating, sinking, and returning, over and over, in a rhythmic cycle of total surrender. Now, let the obsidian sea carry you deeper into the velvet dark. The boundaries have vanished completely, and you are now one with the silence of the cosmos. There is nothing left to protect, nothing left to hold together. You are simply a part of the grand, breathing void, held in a cradle of absolute love and stillness. Feel your consciousness fade like a soft echo in a vast canyon, sinking slowly into the warm, heavy embrace of a dreamless sleep. All is still. All is quiet. All is well. Imagine you are lying in a soft, darkened room where the only light comes from the distant glow of the moon. Outside, a gentle silver rain is falling, tracing slow, meandering paths across the cool, dark glass of the window. You watch a single droplet as it pauses, then slides downward, joining another in a silent, shimmering dance. You are wrapped in a heavy, warm duvet that feels like a cloud holding you close. The scent of old books and distant vanilla lingers in the air. Your breath is slow, a quiet wave that rises and falls, pulling you deeper into this moment of absolute, velvet stillness. In this soft silence, let your mind float toward a gentle truth. We often hear of the will to power as a struggle, as a climb, or as a battle for control. But tonight, we see it as a different kind of power. Imagine it not as a fist, but as a flower slowly opening its petals to the midnight moonlight. It is the quiet inner longing to simply expand, to breathe, and to blossom into your truest self. This power is a soft pulse deep within your chest, a rhythmic whisper that tells you that you are allowed to exist. You do not need to conquer the world. You only need to inhabit your own space with grace. Think of this will as a slow, golden light expanding within you, filling every corner of your being with a warm, comforting glow. You are not fighting against the current. You are the current itself. You are the artist and the canvas, the dreamer and the dream. This inner power is a gentle reminder that you are always becoming. You are a river that flows effortlessly, expanding its banks not through force, but through a natural, inevitable grace. You are allowing yourself to be more than you were a moment ago, not by effort, but by total surrender. The more you let go, the more you expand. The more you release the need to control, the more you discover your own inherent quiet strength. This is the power of simply being. It is a soft, steady hum that resonates with the stars above. You are a seed resting in the dark, knowing that the light will come, not because you fight for it, but because it is your nature to bloom. You are unfolding, you are expanding, you are flowing, you are a shimmering wave of consciousness, moving in a slow, golden spiral of peace. You are a part of the great, silent song of the universe, a single note that blends perfectly into the whole. Now let the silver rain outside become a lullaby, washing away the last traces of the waking world. You are no longer required to strive, to grow, or to be anything other than this single peaceful breath. Feel your body sinking deeper into the warmth, your thoughts dissolving like mist in the morning sun. You are safe in the embrace of the infinite. You are a part of the great, silent rhythm of the universe. Drift now, softly and deeply, into the velvet sanctuary of a long and healing sleep. All is still. All is quiet. All is well. Imagine you are drifting upon an ancient wooden ship, swaying softly on a sea of liquid starlight. The water is as warm as a breath, and as dark as a velvet dream. You can hear the rhythmic, slow creak of the timber, a steady heartbeat that echoes the slow pulse of the deep ocean. Above you, the Milky Way is a shimmering river of diamonds, flowing in a timeless current. You are wrapped in a heavy, soft cloak of midnight blue, feeling the weight of the world dissolve into the cool, salt-scented air. In this swaying silence, let us drift toward the quiet truth of becoming. Often, we are told that we must strive, that we must climb a mountain to reach a higher version of ourselves. But tonight, we remember that you are not a mountain to be climbed. You are a flower, slowly unfolding its petals to the midnight moonlight. Nietzsche speaks of overcoming, but in this space, overcoming is not a battle. It is a gentle shedding. Imagine your life as a series of soft layers, like the rings of a great ancient tree. To overcome yourself is simply to let the old leaves fall away, making room for a new, softer light to enter. You are not a finished thing. You are a beautiful, endless process of drifting and evolving. You are allowed to change. You are allowed to be a different version of yourself with every breath you take. There is no destination you must reach, only a flow you must trust. Think of your growth as a river, winding effortlessly through a landscape of peace. You do not need to force the current. You only need to float. You are becoming a version of yourself that is lighter, wiser, and more aligned with the silence of the stars. This is the quiet joy of existence. You are the artist and the canvas, the dreamer and the dream, all swirling together in a slow, golden spiral. You are simply returning to the essence of who you have always been, beneath the noise and the expectations of the world. You are a shimmering current of light, moving with a grace that requires no effort and no thought. Every breath you take is a soft affirmation that you are becoming more of yourself and less of the world. You are drifting deeper into the truth that you are already enough, exactly as you are, even as you continue to unfold. You are a gentle wave in a sea of starlight, existing simply for the joy of existing. Now let the rhythmic rocking of the ship carry you further away from the shores of the waking world. The stars are blurring into a soft, golden haze, wrapping around you in a warm, protective embrace. There is nothing more to achieve tonight. You have arrived at the sanctuary of stillness. Feel your muscles softening, your thoughts dissolving like salt in a warm ocean. You are safe. You are whole. You are drifting into the velvet embrace of a deep, restorative sleep. All is still. All is quiet. All is well. Imagine you are resting in the belly of a great wooden ship, drifting across a sea of liquid moonlight. The water is warm and still, a silver mirror reflecting a sky of deep, velvet indigo. You can feel the slow, rhythmic rocking of the vessel, a gentle sway that cradles your body in a timeless, heavy embrace. The air is cool, smelling of salt and distant sandalwood. Every creak of the old timber is a soothing whisper, reminding you that you are safe, and that the world has faded far away. In this swaying hush, we drift toward the journey of the spirit, a soft transition of the soul. Imagine your soul as a quiet wanderer. For a long time you were the camel. You carried the weights of the world with a patient, enduring heart. You learned the laws, the expectations, and the burdens of others, thinking this was the only way to belong. It was a long journey, and you were strong, but tonight, you are allowed to stop. You are allowed to let the heavy pack slide from your shoulders and dissolve into the silver mist. Then, You become the lion, not a creature of noise or violence, but a lion of liberation. The lion is the part of you that softly says no to the weights. It is the part of you that clears a sacred space for peace. It is the gentle breath that blows away the dust of yesterday, leaving only a clean, open horizon. And finally, you return to the child. The child is the most beautiful stage of all. The child is a new beginning. The child is a sacred, shimmering yes. Imagine yourself as a child again, seeing the world not as a puzzle to solve, but as a dream to inhabit. You are returning to a state of innocence, where the only goal is to breathe, and the only truth is the warmth of the present moment. You are a clean slate. You are a fresh morning. You are a shimmering ripple of light on a still pond. This transition is not a struggle, but a soft, natural unfolding. You have carried the weight, you have cleared the space, and now you simply exist in the joy of being. You are allowed to be small. You are allowed to be simple. You are allowed to be empty of worry. You are drifting back to the essence of your own soul, where everything is effortless and everything is right. Now let the rhythmic sway of the ship carry you further away from the shores of the waking world. The stars above are blurring into a single, comforting glow that wraps around you like a warm, heavy cloak. You are detaching from the shore of the waking world, drifting further and further into the sanctuary of your own breath. There is nothing more to achieve, nothing more to prove. You are part of the great, silent rhythm of the universe. Feel yourself sinking, softly and slowly, into the weightless embrace of a deep and healing sleep. All is still. All is quiet. All is well. Imagine you are resting in the hold of an ancient wooden ship, not on water, but drifting through a sea of soft, iridescent clouds. The movement is a slow, rhythmic sway, a gentle rocking that feels like the heartbeat of a sleeping giant. The air is cool and carries the scent of distant rain and old honey. You are wrapped in a blanket of heavy, white velvet that absorbs every tension in your body, grounding you in this weightless, shimmering space. You can hear the faint, melodic creaking of the wood, a sound that tells you that you are safe, that you are held, and that there is nowhere else you need to be. In this suspension of time, let us softly reflect on a truth that sounds like a goodbye, but is actually a homecoming. For a long time we were told that meaning lived somewhere far away, in a distant heaven or a strict set of ancient rules. We looked upward for a sign, waiting for a voice to tell us who to be and how to live. But imagine now that the distant voice has faded into a gentle, welcoming silence. This is the moment the old lights go out, not to leave you in darkness, but to allow you to discover the light that has always been inside you. You are no longer a servant to a map you did not draw. You are the map. You are the compass. You are the journey. Think of your existence as a wide, open sky, where you are free to paint your own stars. There is no wrong way to exist. There is no mistake in the way you breathe. You are the author of your own peace. You are the creator of your own goodness. The meaning of your life is not a prize to be won, but a fragrance that lingers in the air around you, soft and sweet. You are allowed to decide that the most important truth tonight is the warmth of your skin. You are allowed to believe that the highest virtue is simply resting. This liberation is a soft, shimmering veil that wraps around you, protecting you from the noise of expectation. You are not lost in a void. You are found in the freedom of being. You are the light and the shadow, the question and the answer, all merging into a slow, golden flow of existence. You are simply here, and that is more than enough. You are returning to the quiet center of your own heart, where the only law is tenderness, and the only requirement is your own presence. You are a shimmering ripple on a mirror-still lake, expanding slowly, widening, until you touch every corner of the infinite. You are flowing, you are breathing, you are simply being. Now let the rhythmic rocking of the ship pull you deeper into the velvet dark. The clouds are merging into a single, comforting glow. and the boundaries of your body are softening, dissolving into the indigo night. There is nothing left to seek, nothing left to prove. You are safe in the embrace of the infinite. Feel your consciousness fade like a soft echo, sinking slowly into the warmth of a deep and dreamless sleep. You are drifting, floating, falling into a place of absolute stillness. All is still. All is quiet. All is well. Imagine you are resting in a floating garden, suspended in a sea of soft, pearlescent mist. The air is cool and carries the scent of night-blooming jasmine and old, damp stone. Around you, silver lilies sway in a slow, hypnotic rhythm, their petals brushing against each other with a sound like a whispered secret. You are lying on a bed of deep emerald moss that contours perfectly to your body, absorbing every ounce of tension, grounding you in a timeless, weightless peace. In this silver hush, let your mind drift toward the quiet truth of amor fati, the gentle art of loving one's fate. To love your fate is not to struggle against the storm, but to become the rain. It is the soft understanding that everything that has happened, everything that is happening, and everything that will ever happen is exactly as it must be. Imagine your life as a long, winding river of golden light. Sometimes the water is clear and calm, and sometimes it is dark and swirling. But the river drifts in a timeless direction. You are the river. You are the water. You are the flow. There is a profound peace in saying yes to the movement of your life. You do not need to change the past, for the past is a soft shadow that has already faded. You do not need to fear the future, for the future is a mist that will clear in its own time. Every tear you have shed is a pearl of wisdom. Every whisper of a laugh you have shared is a golden thread in your tapestry. By loving your fate, you release the heavy burden of what should have been. You let go of the ghost of the person you thought you were. You are here, in this breath, in this moment, and that is enough. It is more than enough. You are a part of a grand, unfolding symphony, and every note, even the silent ones, is necessary for the beauty of the whole. Just as the moon accepts the pull of the earth, you may accept the pull of your own existence, floating effortlessly in the current of being. It is a soft truth, a quiet promise that you are exactly where you need to be. You are a part of the rhythm. You are the rhythm. You are the peace. Now let the silver mist carry you further away from the noise of the world. You are no longer required to hold anything together. The universe is holding you. Feel your muscles softening, your thoughts becoming like clouds that drift away on a summer breeze. There is no more effort to make. There is only the sweetness of this silence and the warmth of your own presence. You are safe. You are whole. You are returning to the quiet center of all things. Drift now, softly and deeply, into the velvet embrace of a long and healing sleep. All is still. All is quiet. All is well. Imagine you are resting in a room where the lights have been dimmed to a soft amber glow. Outside, a steady silver rain is falling, tracing slow, wandering patterns across the dark glass of the window. Each droplet is a tiny, shimmering bead of light, sliding down in a rhythmic, timeless dance. You are wrapped in a blanket of heavy, warm velvet that holds you close, grounding you in this moment of absolute stillness. The scent of rain-dampened earth and old books lingers in the air. The world outside has vanished, leaving only the sound of the rain and the slow, steady beat of your own heart. In this quietude we wander softly into the thought of the eternal return. Often the world speaks of this as a loop of repetition, but tonight we see it as a gentle, rocking cradle. It is the comforting truth that every moment of peace you feel now has existed before and will exist again, echoing through the corridors of time like a soft, distant bell. Imagine your life not as a straight line rushing toward an end, but as a shimmering circle. You are not traveling away from anything. You are simply returning to yourself. Every breath you take is a familiar homecoming. Every feeling of warmth is a memory of a light that has always been there. There is no need to solve the puzzle of existence tonight. There is only the need to observe the flow. You are allowed to let go of the need for answers. The truth is not a destination you must reach, but a fragrance that lingers in the air around you. Think of the circle of your life as a soft velvet ribbon. It curves and bends, returning always to the center of peace. You are the center. You are the stillness. You are the rhythm. You are flowing, you are returning, you are simply being. The circle is soft. The circle is warm. The circle is home. By accepting this cycle, you release the heavy burden of the future. You no longer have to worry about what comes next, for you know that the peace you find in this moment is an eternal promise. It is a soft truth, a quiet reminder that you are a part of a grand, timeless harmony. You are simply a witness to the unfolding